Hello, I'm Victor, a licensed property consultant in Malaysia. So today we're going to go into the key principles of National Land Code 1965. So what is this National Land Code 1965 and why is it important for you? So thinking about buying a property in Malaysia, before you sign anything, make sure you know this National Land Code 1965. This National Land Code is the law of Malaysia, and this is a law book which is so thick. Yes? All laws is written in here. So it decides who owns the land, what rights foreigners have, and what happens if things go wrong. So many investors don't realize this until it's too late. So in Malaysia, our land title follows the Torrens System. Torrens System is from Australia. Although we got independence from the UK, but we pick up where's the best things from all over the world. So Torrens System is from Australia and it is very simple to follow. And it's very clear. So now I'm going to break down 5 key principles with examples. So every licensed real estate agent should know this principle. We study this in law related to property. The National Land Code 1965 is the backbone of the Malaysian land system. Today, 5 key principles will be explained with examples so that you understand it much better. So the first would be the indefeasibility of title. So what does it mean? Once your name have been registered in the land office for any property, you are the owner. Ownership cannot be challenged except it is done by fraud or forgery. Means somebody sign on behalf of you without a power of attorney, yeah? Or fraud, like example, you got this money illegally from a different people and you bought the property using that money. So that's fraud. So example, John buys land and register his name. Then somehow James came and showed an old unregistered document and said, this is my property, but no. On paper, in the land office, if Mr. John's name is there, Mr. John would be the ultimate owner. So that's the meaning of indefeasibility of title. So next is adverse possession no longer possible. This is very important because in some countries, long occupation means ownership. In Malaysia, this has been abolished. Ownership comes only through registration. Yes, legal registration, and your name will be in the land office. Example, this one, it states that Michael leaves the land unused for 20 years, and then somehow Sarah builds a house and then try to claim that this is her land. No, that's not possible. However, in Japan, this is possible because I have my neighbor who built his car porch on a little piece of my land, and she said that, oh, this becomes mine. And obviously, she got the land because I did not object for a long time. So you can see that. So in Malaysia, you are very, very well protected. Your name is the power, is the king, we say. No possessory right, however long. So no matter how long you occupy the land, it does not give you ownership, it doesn't give you the right to occupy the place. So only the registered title counts. Example, you have squatters entering your land and they live in your land for 30 years. They cannot claim that it's their land. They have no right to be in your land. And this, you can go to court to ask them to leave your land because the title is in your name. So again, you are protected in Malaysia. The rule of equity apply. What does that mean? Equity in this property means fairness. Okay? Court may intervene to prevent injustice. What type of injustice? Which I'm going to explain later. So, protect buyer acting in good faith. So, example, when you buy a property from an owner, so you will pay her full price. Once you pay her full price, the legal system in Malaysia is slow. The name transfer is slow. The owner gets the money, but legally on paper, the name is still with the owner. But she acts as a trust for you. So you're going to be the new owner. So somehow, if the owner do not wish to transfer your name, the court will grant a specific performance order to compel the transfer. So you will see that this is very, very fair. So we have that 2 months gap whereby the owner have received the money, but the name is still not in your name. So, but you will be protected when you buy a property. So this comes very handy if you have a very, very good lawyer. So the lawyer will ensure that none of this will happen. If it ever happens, the lawyer will help you to get a specific performance court order, which is easily obtained. So, revision to state authority. In Malaysia, all land matters is held by the state. It's governed by the state. What is a state in Malaysia? Federal territory like Kuala Lumpur is a state. Selangor is a state. Maybe the more popular Penang. Penang is a state as well. Then we have 13 states and 3 federal territory in Malaysia. So all land in Malaysia ultimately belongs to the state authority. So example, in a lease expiry, forfeiture or no rightful owner, the land reverts to the state. Example, a 99-year leasehold house in Selangor. Selangor means outside of Kuala Lumpur. It's called Selangor. There's another state. Expires without renewal because you have to pay a premium to renew that lease. Land reverts to the state authority. So in Malaysia, we have the leasehold property and the freehold property. So the freehold property guarantees ownership forever, but the leasehold, there's a time limit whereby there's an agreement with the government. The government leases you the land. So I always advise my clients to get a freehold. However, leasehold property tend to be much, much cheaper. So it depends on your purpose. Next example will be the landowner passes away without a will or without a next of kin. So the land reverts to the state authority. So that's why I always recommend all my clients to get a will, a proper will to, in case anything happens to them, it can go to somebody. It can be anybody in Malaysia. There's no forced hardship in Malaysia. So you can give it to your relatives, you can give it to your worker even. So it depends on you. So today what we have covered in the National Land Code, and it is codified, we came from the Torrens System and it's codified into the National Land Code Act 828. So following this, the 5 key principles of the National Land Code in 1965, the first would be the indivisibility of title over here. No adverse possession, no possessory right. Equity applies, means fairness. Revision to the state authority when nobody claims. This forms the legal foundation of Malaysian property dealings. So if you are a foreigner buying in Malaysia, don't take chance with your hard-earned money. Property laws are unique in every country, and mistakes can cost thousands. Reach out to me. I ensure your purchase is safe, compliant, and profitable. With the right guidance, buying property in Malaysia can be one of your best investments. So you can see that Malaysia, you don't have to worry. As long as on the land title, your name is on there, almost nothing can go wrong. You are the registered owner, and nobody can challenge that if it's done in a legit manner. Getting a good lawyer, a good agent to check all this for you is the most important for buying a property in Malaysia. If there's anything, you can WhatsApp me in the number here written. So, have a good day.